Hello everybody. In the current affairs this week, the week ended 24th of March 2024. First of all, as always, the Indian stock markets. The Nifty 50, the large cap benchmark, was on an overall basis unchanged. Nifty mid cap was up by 1.5% around. Nifty small cap was up by around 1.75%. The FIIs were net sellers to the tune of more than 8,000 crores, while as the DIIs supported the market and they poured in more than 19,000 crores this week. But this is not all in respect of whatever is happening on the Indian stock markets. There were sharp movements in several sectors and stocks, and there were corrections in these sectors and stocks where there is a lot of froth. When it comes to the sectors which were in the upswing this week, the Nifty Auto, the Nifty Metal Benchmark, and the Nifty Realty, they were all up in the range of 4 to 5%, while as the Nifty IT benchmark was down by more than 6%. When it comes to the commodity markets, the global commodity markets were by and large unchanged. The US stock markets, on account of whatever Fed announced, the Nasdaq was up by more than 2.5%, while as the S&P 500 was up by more than 2%. This day, 24th of March 2024, completes 4 years from 24th of March 2020, the day on which lockdown in India was announced. That day was a momentous day when the entire country went in a standstill. So I want to talk about what has happened in all these 4 important eventful years, not just important for our country, but for the world at large. In these 4 years, when it comes to the Indian stock markets, the Nifty 50 benchmark was on that day 7,800. Today it is 22,000. This translates into a CAGR return, compounded annual growth rate return, of around 30%. The Nifty small cap and the Nifty mid cap were both up by more than 40% in this period of across 4 years on a compounded annual growth rate basis. The sectors which performed phenomenal in these 4 years were Nifty Auto, Metals, Realty, and PSU banks. They gave a return of 50% plus on a CAGR basis across a period of these 4 years. While as the sectors which were laggards, which gave nearly half the return, just 25% CAGR return across this period of 4 years, were banking, IT, FMCG, and pharma. So, being in the right sector and being in the right stocks was all the more important in these eventful and important 4 years. Gold across this period of 4 years was up by around 7% in dollar terms across this entire period, while silver was up by 15% CAGR. The S&P 500 was up by 21% CAGR, and so was the Nasdaq. As far as the depreciation of the Indian rupee vis-a-vis the US dollar is concerned, the Indian rupee depreciated by around 2.25% on a CAGR basis, which is a very, very calibrated small depreciation across this entire period of 4 years on a CAGR basis. These 4 years witnessed major events. Obviously, the first and the most important was COVID. Then it was the Russia-Ukraine war. Then inflation returning globally in a big way and impacting all the economies and the lives of people. The straining of relations of China with the entire world. The AI boom and the rise of Magnificent Seven, the top tech companies in the US. And last but not the least, and one of the recent most important events, the war between Israel and Hamas. The net result of all these things, we can say that so many things happened in last 4 years, but the Indian economy and the global economy has been quite resilient. This week I came across through information that Apple opened its 57th store in China, and in India it has just opened just 2 stores, one in Mumbai and the another one in Delhi. This speaks of the depth and the scale of the Chinese economy, and for all us to understand that we need to do a lot of catch up. Thank you.